NKTelco Sports presented by Grand Lake Health. We are at Fort Loramie High School to bring you high school football where the St. Henry Redskins take on the Fort Loramie Redskins. Tonight's game is brought to you by these sponsors: American Trim, First National Bank, Keyhole Pizza, Winners Meats, NKTelco, Frost Roofing, Hometown Opportunity, Minster Bank, Ply Gem, Precision Strip, Spruderman Pharmacies, New Knoxville Supply, Fowler's TV, Wilson Health, Cy Spruderman Incorporated, Carriage Works, Kobe Plumbing, Heating and Air Conditioning, Wayne Trail, Cargill, Wagner's IGA, Securicom, St. Henry Bank, in the spot in Sidney, Ohio. Our sponsors bring you high school football here. We're at Fort Loramie High School to battle the Redskins. Fort Loramie in St. Henry. The visiting team, the Fort Loramie St. Henry Redskins. Jeff, they're coming off a couple good years and had a great year last year. They hit hard by graduation. They lost their first game 35-6 to Covington. Anytime
you graduate a large amount of quality players, it's tough, big shoes, if you will, to fill in, and they're doing so with a bunch of young players. Are the Redskins of St. Henry. They had a rough night against Covington. The score a little lopsided as it looked, but much closer for a while until Covington not only blocked a field goal and ran it back for a touchdown, but also had a kickoff return for a touchdown that kind of opened up that spread. So, you know, St. Henry much excited to play tonight to get that game by them and try to improve upon it and see what they can do against Fort Loramie this evening.
Home team tonight, the Fort Loramie Redskins, also looking for their first win. They're coming off their best season in school history. They played Minster last year, lost a tough one against a good Minster team, 20-13.
Well, they led a lot of statistical categories, more yards, passing, rushing, but one stat that they did lead number-wise was turnovers. They had 4 turnovers, and that really hampered their chances, if you will. Only lost by a touchdown. They had a number of penalties as well that really kind of stalled some drives. So I think they felt like that they could have won that game. They didn't. They made a valiant effort at the end. Got within an onside kick of trying to get the ball back to tie. Didn't happen. So they're excited again to play tonight. Both these teams looking for that first win of the season.
Let's roll right into our keys to the game, brought to you by Keyhole Pizza. First, we'll start with the visiting Redskins from St. Henry.
Well, they want to make sure special teams. I mentioned the kickoff return for touchdown they gave up last week, the blocked field goal they allowed. They want to make sure they play cleanly on special teams and get off to a good start. You know, bad taste in their mouth last week. Want to make sure they get off to a good start here on the road against a quality Fort Loramie team and be able to run the ball efficiently. The more they can run it, keep their offense on the field, let them get some confidence, the more time that they will keep Fort Loramie off the field.
Now for the Fort Loramie Redskins, their keys to the game.
Take care of the football. Limit the turnovers. I mentioned the 4 turnovers last week. Also the penalties. A number of penalties hampered drives where they had momentum. And you never want to play behind the sticks. You want to stay in the system and play fast. They want to get after it. They want to get to the line of scrimmage and make things happen and play cleanly. And that, you know, by playing cleanly, limit the turnovers, limit the penalties, stay in system, and let your offense go to work. They've got some key returners back from that quality team last year, so they want to take advantage of that.
Again, those are your keys to the game, brought to you by Keyhole Pizza. We're getting ready here at Fort Loramie. Battle the Redskins. We'll be back with the kickoff and return here on NKTelco Sports.
In the Grand Lake Health System, great health care is about creating a personalized experience. We're here for you at every stage of your life, to care for you with compassion and courtesy, to support you with an honest approach that values communication and actively seeks your collaboration, to treat you in a safe, welcoming environment where quality and service always come first, to create truly grand experiences. For more, visit grandlakehealth.org/grandexperience.
American Trim's story started in 1951, and our long family legacy continues today. We are a third-generation family-owned business with locations in Sydney and Wapak, and we're hiring for manufacturing positions on first, second, and third shifts. Part-time and full-time positions are available for entry-level and skilled individuals. Please apply at www.amtrim.com or in person. American Trim is a proud sponsor of high school sports and our communities. Come be part of our story.
Welcome back here. Getting ready for the kickoff along with Jeff Henson. I'm Dave Kanapke. St. Henry will kick off. Logan Layfelt will kick it off. The deep returners for Fort Loramie are number 22 Damon Mesher and number 15 Mark Sager. Second meeting ever between these two teams. They played back in the 2012 playoffs. St. Henry won that game at St. Henry 45-21. Kickoff, and we are underway. Kickoff is returned on the right side by Mark Sager into a host of St. Henry players. And they will set up shop close to the 30-yard line.
Got a nice hop on that kick. Those are the types of kicks. Sometimes if you let it bounce, you don't know what it'll do. But fortunate for the Fort Loramie Redskins, it was a nice, easy one hop, and Sager able to field it cleanly and get to work.
Fort Loramie offense, we get the offense starting lineup here for the offense, brought to you by American Trim. Be led by Colin Moore. Is the quarterback. Nick Ireland's at tight end. Nate Myers, a running back. Pass along the right side. On the wing, it'll be a loss on the play. It's a good coverage there by the St. Henry Redskins. It'll be a loss on the play, a loss of 2. Be 2nd and 12.
Good job by the Redskins. That little pass out to the flat, nowhere to go, and they get a tackle for loss, and right away the Redskins of Fort Loramie find themselves behind the sticks, so out of system on the first play.
Hand off to the play there to Barhorst, and he not much gain there. Again, St. Henry's defense doing good job on defense. While we got a chance, let's take a look at that starting lineup for the St. Henry Redskins on defense. As it'll bring up 3rd and 12. A lot of youngsters. There's only 4 seniors, 4 juniors, and 2 sophomores. As we have 3rd and 12 from the 29-yard line. Moore in the shotgun.
Boy, if the St. Henry defense gets a stop here, it was a very quick 3 and out. A very strong statement on their defense.
Pass incomplete. He was looking for 19. Kevin Plyman was the intended receiver, so Fort Loramie will go 3 and out in their opening series.
Ugly opening possession for the Fort Loramie Redskins offense. Negative yards as they really got nothing going, and a good job by the St. Henry defense, and nice way to start the game for the road traveling Redskins tonight. 3 and out on your first opportunity, and we'll get pretty good field position if they get a decent, if they can just field it and not let the ball skip by him on this punt.
Sam Barhorst punting a high snap. He's able to just catch that. Kick will bounce and will roll, and St. Henry have pretty good field position. They will take over on their own 37-yard line as they'll go 1st and 10. Let's take a look at that starting offense for the St. Henry Redskins. Head coach, they are led by senior quarterback Andrew Lange. As he sets him up, I formation. KJ Jacobs is the running back. They will pitch to him, going around left side. Not much there as he runs into a bunch of Redskins. They have number 2, Drew Bainanzer there. Also at a point of attack, we have number 40, Noah Giosi for the Redskins. Lost one on that one, so it'll be 2nd and 11.
Well, both defenses right now, I know it's early, but both have come out here with some good play on defense, and offense right now behind the chain again, so they're out of system on the first snap or after the first snap.
Straight ahead, Lange keeps it. Able to get 4 yards ahead to the 40-yard line for the senior quarterback, Andrew Lange, bring up 3rd down.
I said it just a few minutes ago, Dave. You know, if Fort Loramie's defense now can get a stop, they're going to, you know, force a very quick 3 and out, and kind of a rough start for both offenses. So the St. Henry offense here has the kind of the ball in their court. If they can get a first down here and break that chain of 3 and outs, they can get a new set of downs and keep the defense of Fort Loramie on the field.
2 wide receivers off to the right. Lange back to pass. Looking over there to the right, and it's picked off. Intercepted on the play by Fort Loramie. Goes from the far side there. We'll check a number. It's on number 22. It would be Damon Mesher, the interception for the Fort Loramie Redskins.
Yeah, long pass, slow developing. Mesher timed it well, and again, that long cross-court, I call it looks like in basketball, cross-court play. If you don't zip it, it's going to be trouble, and Mesher read it well.
So Fort Loramie will take over at the St. Henry 43-yard line. Moore in the shotgun, fakes the handoff, will keep it. Runs into a host of St. Henry players.
Again, not much running room at all there for Colin Moore. And St. Henry's defense again, Dave, playing very solid here in the first 4 snaps of the game.
2nd and 10. Right now the defense controlling the line of scrimmage so far. As Fort Loramie went 3 and out, and St. Henry got intercepted on their 3rd and long. Colin Moore has trips to the right. Receiver on the left side. Moore will keep it again along the left side, able to gain a few yards across the 40-yard line. That'll be a gain of about 5. Will bring up 3rd and 5 for the Fort Loramie Redskins. Let's just take another look.
Here's the interception again. When we roll it here, Lang will drift over to this side, but then the long pass across the field, just too much time for Mesher. Good play by Mesher, the first turnover of the game.
Colin Moore across the middle. First down as he hits Nick Brandewie at the tight end position. Goes to the 30-yard line. 1st and 10, Fort Loramie.
Well, they needed a first down to get one on the 8-yard pass completion.
Also a flag on the play. We'll see if it's after the fact, and yes, it is. It's a face mask. It'll be just a 5-yard variety. But that, oh, actually, they're going to mark it off. Oh, check it out. It was just 5. It's looking at the wrong official. Referee tonight is Dan Potts, heading the crew. Umpire Scott Wright, head linesman Chris Eli, line judge Gerald Huff, back judge Paul Cromwell. 1st and 10, Fort Loramie. So he looks over to the bench. Coach Spencer Wells in his 2nd year at the helm of Fort Loramie. Moore will hand it off to Nate Meyer. He'll check that. That was to Brandewie. He'll get down inside the 20-yard line. Good gain that time on first down.
Yeah, it's always good on first down. It's the first time they've had a chunk yard play, a positive yards on first down. So these are the situations you like. 2nd and 5 gives you a lot of options you can run, and you don't feel like you have a lot of yardage to gain. So good first down carry for the Redskins of Fort Loramie.
Moore over to the right side. It's tipped up, and it's intercepted by St. Henry. It'll be Casey Breening with the interception. Tipped at the line of scrimmage, and a big turnover there for St. Henry.
Yeah, Casey Breening, right spot, right time. And that ball, when it's tipped in the air, it's like hung up there forever. And there was just nothing but a white jersey around. So, you know, if it goes anywhere else, if it falls to the ground. But a big turnover, good play by the St. Henry defense.
Looks like number 5, Ryan Yulnick, was the one who got his hand on it that tipped it in the air. They made the interception for Breening possible. So Andrew Lange will lead him out. Hand it off to KJ Jacobs. Junior takes it across 10-yard line. Tough going there, maybe a yard on the gain. Be 2nd and 9 for St. Henry. St. Henry head coach Brad Luthman, 7th year. He's 39 and 26. Made the playoffs 2 of the last 3 years. 5 straight winning seasons, and the last 2 years he's graduated a lot of seniors.
Definitely will have his work cut out for him this season. You know, again, big shoes to fill through graduation.
Lange looks over to the right side. That was intended there for number 24, Carter Ontrop. A little bit behind him, he dropped it, so it'll be 3rd and long.
Inside screen, a lot of times those work so nicely, and this time pass just out of reach, and that 3rd and long, 3rd and 9, you know, not desirable. You're in your own territory deep. You hate to make a mistake. Each team's already made 1 mistake so far, but boy, if they don't get a first down, they'll be punting out of their end zone, and you got to expect Fort Loramie would get great field position. So you want to be aggressive, but you don't want to make a mistake that gives Fort Loramie great field position.
Trips on the right side. 1 receiver, Bennett Gills on the left side. Quarterback draw by Lange and a fumble on the play. Recovered by Fort Loramie. Fort Loramie will have great field position, and they'll take over at the 15-yard line as Seth Giozzi, or Noah Giozzi, with the recovery.
Good hit by the Fort Loramie defense. Taking another look at it here. So someone got their helmet right on the ball, and tough break for St. Henry, but a good defensive play for the Redskins. And we've had 3 turnovers now here in the first about 6 minutes of action.
Great opportunity for Fort Loramie. 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line. Pass will go to Moore. It will be incomplete. It goes off of 1 receiver's hands, and then it'll be incomplete in the end zone. So almost a touchdown, not quite for Fort Loramie.
Yeah, it almost was the deflection for TD, but definitely hit the ground. So redo the play, if you will. 2nd down 10 from right at the 15-yard line. But boy, what a opportunity for Fort Loramie now. They had great field position after the first interception. Get it right back now a little bit deeper inside the red zone. Definitely want to come away with points.
There's a swing play over to Brandewie on the left side. He'll take it inside the 10-yard line. Nice play execution from Moore to Brandewie. Good yardage on 2nd down.
Well, they get it from the 15 down to the 7. So yeah, nice play, good, positive, simple, safe pass. I shouldn't say simple, it was definitely safe. You had a lot of room, no defenders around, and now brings up a 3rd and manageable and probably 2 down territory.
Moore will keep it around left side. No indication yet, just inside about at the 2-yard line. It'd be 1st and goal for Fort Loramie.
Good 6-yard run by Moore as they quickly will line up. This is, I think, part of their wanting to play quick. They like the lineup, they'll go right at it.
Colin Moore will keep it. And we have the touchdown. Colin Moore, 2-yard run for the Fort Loramie touchdown.
Taking a look at here quickly, they want to play quick, and they get the 1-yard run in. They kept St. Henry's defense at the same, and Moore just muscles in. Didn't need a lot, but he got just what he needed. Touchdown for the Fort Loramie Redskins.
Moore will stay on there to kick the extra point, as he scores the first touchdown here on a 2-yard run. Line up for the extra point. Snap will come back to kick is up. And it is good. And 5:47 to go, first quarter. It's Fort Loramie 7, St. Henry 0 on our First National Bank scoreboard. We'll be right back with kickoff when we return here on NKTelco Sports.
Schwiedemann Pharmacies began serving the people of Auglaize County in 1916 when Urban Schwiedemann purchased the building and business from J.H. Hoffman. The New Bremen location is one of the longest-running pharmacies in the country, with over 110 years of serving its patrons. Since then, 4 more stores have been added: Coldwater, St. Mary's, Minster, and Wapakoneta to round out the group. Our services include prescription refills, home medical equipment, nursing home services, customized compounded medication, vaccinations, and so much more.
Plygem Residential Solutions is part of Cornerstone Building Brands, North America's largest manufacturer of exterior building products, and the success of our company is directly related to the contributions of our employees. We are currently looking for machine operators, maintenance technicians, forklift operators, and more to join our growing team at our facility in Sydney, Ohio. Plygem offers competitive pay, a full benefits package, as well as opportunities for bonus pay and long-term advancement. Become a part of our strong foundation.
A 1 yard touchdown run by Colin Moore, and also with the extra point, 7-0 Fort Loramie. They draw first blood.
Well, good job by the Redskins, Fort Laramie's offense, taking advantage of the interception, I should say the fumble recovery by Noah Giozzi. So they capitalize a short drive that started on the 15-yard line of St. Henry. They punch it in for the game's first score.
Returning it there is Casey Breening. Get out to the 35-yard line on a nice return. That'll be St. Henry 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Well, the Redskins offense hasn't done much, so they're definitely going to have to get out here and put together something that moves the sticks a little bit. They've had an interception and a fumble on their first 2 drives, so I hate to put a lot of pressure on a young squad, but boy, you need to get things clicking on offense here. And it would be nice if they could get like at least positive yards on first down, play in front of the sticks, and make it easier for the rest of your snaps on this drive.
Hand off to number 9, KJ Jacobs. Another short gain, just like looks like one as he goes into the teeth of the Fort Loramie defense. So it'll bring up 2nd and 9. 3 turnovers already in this ball game. 2 by St. Henry, 1 by Fort Loramie. Both these teams had trouble with turnovers last week. Both of them had 4.
Yeah, it's a number. Anytime you have that many, good chance you're going to be on the losing end of the game, and both were.
Lange will hit the target over there. Owen Layfelt out to the 41-yard line, a 5-yard gain on the passing catch.
First completion for the St. Henry offense. Passing the ball, they've had an interception, and then on their first throw, and then complete pass. Now the first catch, good for 5 yards.
3rd and 4 from the 41-yard line. He'll pitch to Jacobs, coming around right side. Good cutback, but he'll be a couple yards short as he gains just 2 on the 3rd down play, being 4th and 2 for the St. Henry Redskins. It looks like they'll be bringing out their punter.
Yeah, needed at least 4 to make it worthwhile, even if you were going to gamble on 4th down. But this 4th down and a long 2 yards, just too much to risk here. So you're right, the punter, they will punt it away.
Isaac Allentrop punting for St. Henry. Back deep was Damon Mesher for Fort Loramie. Kick by Allentrop, a nice one. Mesher has to go back on it. He'll have to step away from it. Nice punt inside the 20-yard line. Punted it from the 43-yard line. That'll be over about a 42-yard punt.
Good foot on the ball, and they needed it. They need to flip the field. Offense hasn't been able to get much going. So obviously now your defense, a chance to make a statement here and try to force a quick 3 and out, force Fort Loramie to punt, but good job. And the snap was even a little high, but Allentrop, I believe the punter, 6'3", able to jump up and get it. And Fort Loramie not putting a bunch of pressure on it, gave him time to still collect himself and get a good foot on it.
1st and 10 Fort Loramie. Moore with a swing pass out to Nate Meyer. Gained just a couple yards there on the swing play to Meyer. Getting the start at running back tonight. Meyer just a junior. Gain of 2 on the play. Bring up 2nd and 8 from the 19-yard line.
Fort Loramie playing with their center this week, Pangolin, who had been hurt. Didn't play against Minster, but he's a returning lineman, so they're glad he's back.
Pass intended for Moore to Sager is incomplete. It goes off of Sager's hands. Fort Loramie, a pretty veteran squad, 7 seniors, 3 juniors, and just 1 sophomore on offense.
And of course, when you return a quarterback, it's always good, especially when he's a good one, and Colin Moore is. So, you know, you have him back. That's like the point guard in basketball. I talked about it before. Just always good to have someone with some leadership qualities behind there directing your offense. and a team last year that made it all the way to the state Final Four.
3rd and long as they try to do the bubble inside screen there. And that was intended for Sam Barhorse, but timing a little bit off, and Fort Loramie will drop back into punt formation. Punting for the Redskins will be Sam Barhorst. Back deep will be Casey Breening and Bennett Gels for for St. Henry, as they're looking to have pretty good field position here.
2 guys back, like you said, so 9 up front, and they don't appear to be putting a lot of pressure on, and they don't.
There's Gels catching on the left side, and a nice tackle on the play by Mark Sager, number 15 for Fort Loramie. Dropped him right away, but St. Henry will take over in Fort Loramie territory around the 46-yard line.
A good job by the Redskins of St. Henry. They got a quick 3 and out. The punt wasn't maybe the best, but they were able to field it and didn't allow it to skip on the ground and gain yards backwards, so they get it. Didn't get a great return, but boy, you limit that ball bouncing backwards and start this drive. Great field position inside Fort Loramie territory.
Jacobs goes in motion off to the right side. Lange will throw it over there to number 24, Carter Ontrop, and he is met right away by a bunch of Redskins.
Yeah, it looked like, again, a safe pass, but boy, just nothing working. They actually lose, what, nearly 3 yards?
I think Fort Loramie smelled that play. They had a good read on that, knew where it was going. It'll bring up 2nd and 13. They're still inside Fort Loramie's territory, but just barely.
Just not a first down play you like to see for the St. Henry, that you'd like to go forward, and they're going to again try to find something that can work here against the Fort Loramie defense.
Lange will drop back, try and go deep down the left side, and he connects it.
Well, everyone appears that he got a foot in bounds. They'll wave him down at what, maybe the 10-yard line.
Connected to Bennett Gels, number 15, on a long completion, as we'll get another look. Lange going down the right side. Gels had just a step, and he catches it inside the 8-yard line. At the 10-yard line, be 39 yards on that play. First down for St. Henry. Full house backfield as they have 3 running backs. Pitch to Jacobs. He has a couple blockers in front of him. Not able to go very far.
Max Hoy, number 45, maybe on the tackle.
Yeah, he was one of them. There's several Fort Loramie Redskins there. No gain on the play, 2nd and 10. See what St. Henry will do if they'll keep the full house backfield. Looks like they bring in 24 Carter Ontrop, one of the receivers, as well as Breening to the right side. Ontrop on the left. I formation. Lange pitched to KJ Jacobs around right side again. Not a whole lot there.
Well, number 9 for the Redskins of St. Henry got it at the 9-yard line. That's twice now they've been stopped. So limited, after a big home run play of a 40-yard catch from the 49 down to the 9-yard line, they gave him a gain of 8 or just 1 yard there, but boy, just nothing working except for the big home run ball.
Tackle there by Max Hoying, number 45 for Fort Loramie. So 3rd and goal from the 8-yard line. Split backfield. Lange, quarterback draw, will try to work his way. There's another fumble. Looks like it'll be recovered by St. Henry. They'll gain a couple, but it'll still bring up 4th down. We'll try to find out who came up with that. Fort Loramie is. Ball was knocked away. The second time Lange has fumbled on the quarterback draw, as we get another look here.
And he got knocked out, and luckily they fall on it at about the 4-yard line, but St. Henry not going to have the luxury. I thought maybe the clock would run out and they'd have a chance to think about it, what they want to do on 4th down, but they're going to have to snap the ball before the game clock expires. This will probably be the final play of the first quarter.
4th and goal at the 2-yard line. Lange will fake the run. Tries to hit Deal in the corner of the end zone, and he does. Andrew Lange to number 36, Braden Deal, the fullback out of the backfield for the St. Henry touchdown.
Nice execution there, the good pass, the 2-yard or the 4-yard touchdown pass and catch. Good answer for the St. Henry Redskins on 4th down.
So a big play there by the St. Henry Redskins right before the end of the first quarter, actually .2 on the clock, as we will have 52 Logan Layfelt on for the extra point. Casey Breening is holding. Trying to tie it up here with the point after, and the kick is good. So with 0.2 seconds, we'll just keep it right here before the quarter break. Good response by St. Henry. Couple big plays in there. The long pass from Lange to Bennett Gels, and then on 4th down, Lange finds his fullback, Braden Deal, for the touchdown.
Yeah, the big play, the 40-yarder, really jump-started the offense here to this drive. They really had not been doing much. Didn't do much on the next 3 snaps, including, dodge a bullet with the fumble that they recovered, their own fumble. Luckily recovered it, and then a big play on 4th down, like you said. Just a good answer for the St. Henry Redskins. Tough break for the Fort Loramie defense. They did almost everything they needed to do, but couldn't come up with the big fumble recovery, and then couldn't stop them on 4th down.
7-7 is Logan Layfelt to kick it off for the Redskins. Back will be 22 Mesher and number 15 Mark Sager back for the Fort Loramie Redskins. Mesher's on the left side, Sager's on the right side as they look. That'll be Sager will catch it. Returns it as the last play of the first quarter. Nice return close to the 40-yard line. We've played 1 quarter of football here. Battle of the Redskins. St. Henry and Fort Loramie tied at 7. We'll be right back with quarter number 2 here on NKTelco Sports.
CarriageWorks has expanded and now can hold up to 25 cars in our service bay. CarriageWorks thrives on customer satisfaction. We accomplish that by providing top-of-the-line technology. CarriageWorks now uses a laser beam system to measure down to the millimeter of factory specs to better service you and get you back on the road. CarriageWorks has a brand new top-of-the-line paint booth that uses waterborne paint. There's no job too big or too small for CarriageWorks. We're certified collision specialists. Come in and see us today.
For over 150 years, Cargill has been helping people be successful worldwide. Cargill has always done business responsibly and in a way that makes us proud. Whether it is educating farmers in India or providing bikes to students with perfect attendance right here at home, Cargill is helping people thrive. The Sydney plant is just one piece of a global company that provides employment for hundreds of thousands, food for the world, and support for thousands of businesses. Be a part of something great at Cargill.com.
Kogi Plumbing and Heating is your Bryant Factory authorized dealer. We have brought the best of comfort, control, and plumbing services to the St. Mary's area for over 60 years. We have been Reader's Choice winners for the last 4 years running and excel at providing our customers with efficient and reliable heating and air conditioning, as well as responsive service when a plumbing emergency arises. We insist that the products we install in our customers' homes and businesses offer the same performance and value that we expect ourselves. Call today for your next plumbing and heating or air conditioning needs. Bryant, whatever it takes.
At First National Bank, we are working hard to make your life a little easier. With products like Card Valet, an app allowing you to control your cards with real-time notifications, transaction restrictions, and spending limits. The ability to access your money through 55,000 all-point ATMs across the country, surcharge-free. Live customer support when you need it. And online and mobile banking, allowing you to gain access to your financial information wherever and whenever you like. First National Bank, making your life a little easier.
Welcome back. We're started already in the second quarter. A couple rushes by Damon Mesher and Nate Meyer gives Fort Loramie a first down.
I think it's their 3rd first down, but boy, they got a 3-yard run and then a 7-yard run. So back-to-back positive plays for Fort Loramie.
Colin Moore across the middle. That will go a little bit too high as it goes to, I believe it was Mark Sager across the top, trying to go deep there on first down.
Pass a little high, had an open receiver, and first quarter of Colin Moore had him down as 4 of 9 throwing the ball for 16 yards and now make that 4 of 10 plus the interception. So throwing the ball, Fort Loramie not very accurate tonight.
Hand off to Nate Meyer. Makes a nice cut into St. Henry territories. He will gain 7 on the run by the junior Nate Meyer. Had limited opportunities last week rushing the ball, but nice run there. Brings up 3rd and 3.
They go right quickly to the line of scrimmage. They do not give St. Henry a chance to.
And we'll have movement. It looks Fort Loramie a little bit too fast, as there'll be illegal procedure that'll back up the Redskins. 5 will bring up a 3rd and 8.
Tough break for Spencer Wells' squad as they went to the line of scrimmage, hoping to go in a good rhythm. Someone jumped that pushes them back 5 yards. That's their first penalty, and kind of a critical one. Not that you never want to have a penalty, but they were just getting ready to go for a 3rd and short yardage gain, trying to move the sticks. Now backed up to 3rd and 8 from the 48.
Passing situation. Moore will have to scramble from the rush. Able to get away. Pass is a little bit short for his intended receiver. And that'll bring up 4th down for Fort Loramie. He had to avoid the rush there by number 16, Owen Layfeld. That pass was intended for Damon Mesher, just short. So they'll bring up another punt for Fort Loramie. They get 1 first down on that, but not able to advance any farther. But they should keep pretty good field position against St. Henry here.
Yeah, need a good kick here. That penalty was actually their 2nd of the game. Didn't help the cause. And then the incomplete pass has his right now 4th and 8. So try to get a good kick, pin the St. Henry offense deep inside the red zone.
Nick Brandywood with the kick. Bennett Gels does fair catch, and he's hit by a Fort Loramie Redskin, and that'll be a penalty there. I don't think there's anything hard. He wasn't trying to hurt anybody, just didn't see it. No intent to hurt.
And I saw, and I always wonder when they talk about safety and such, if you're a defender in this case, Fort Loramie running down, you're being blocked, you're battling with a guy trying to find the receiver that's going to field it. What if you miss the hand wave? I mean, they don't stand there and wave.
You don't have to wait. All you have to do is just one time.
But what if you're the person chasing the ball? I don't know why, like the official back there wouldn't also raise his hand. So if you're the guy coming down the field, you get knocked down, you're charging down, at least you can look at the referee and, okay, his hands up, fair catch was called. Because some of these guys, maybe not so much in high school, but in college and pros, they'll go in and level the guy, and there's a guy, defenseless player, and the defender will say, well, I didn't know he had a fair catch.
Yeah, that cost Fort Loramie 15 yards. I think it's just a 5-yard penalty at pro level, but 15 yards of penalty, so that'll take it at the 21-yard line.
I think it was 10.
Was it 10?
Went from about the 10 is where they originally had it, and the ball now is on the 21, so probably
check that.
Now they moved up. There you go.
They moved it
15.
up. I think they reset it. It's now at the 20.
Which makes sense.
Yeah.
I thought they had it about the 10 or 9 is where St. Henry fielded the punt. So 15 yards makes sense.
So 1st and 10 for St. Henry. Lange under center. Hands off to Jacobs. Again, not a whole lot. That he's able to get a couple yards there. Say a gain of a couple for Jacobs.
But in day and age, going back to that fair catch, I just don't know why they don't make it more obvious that the receiver, the punt receiver, has called for a fair catch. Because if you don't tackle him and he didn't call for a fair catch, then you're on the coaching staff. Why didn't you tackle him? Well, I thought he called for a fair catch, or I wasn't sure, but
good point.
For another day. Thank you.
2nd and 8.
That's all I wanted to hear.
Lange around the right side. Has to scramble under some heat. Scramble, but ends up being brought down by Fort Loramie, number 60. For Fort Loramie, that's Ethan Eilerman, number 2, Drew Bainanzer. With the sack for Fort Loramie, so take another look.
Good downfield coverage, nowhere for Lange to go. And it was a matter of time. You can see it coming. Luckily, Lange did not fumble the ball. He had it exposed, and it doesn't take much for a defender to swat their hand down or bump it off your hip, and you surely do not want to fumble here deep in your own territory.
So now back 3rd and 13. They lost 11 on that play. Just inside 9 minutes, they'll do a safe play to Jacobs as a helmet comes off for an interior player for St. Henry. Number 58 there, Jackson Heath, got his helmet ripped off there. And
He'll have to come off for one play, is that correct?
yes, he'll come off, and I think it's a dead ball as soon as that helmet comes off, I believe. Short gain on the play. I think it was a gain of about 4 on the play, but it'll be 4th down. Isaac Ontrop on the punt for St. Henry. Damon Mesher back for Fort Loramie. Coming up on 8 minutes to go here in the second quarter, 7-7 on our First National Bank scoreboard. First National Bank think first. Ontrop had to dance around a little bit. Fair catch by Mesher. He will catch it around the 47-yard line. Fort Loramie will set up shop there, 1st and 10.
Well, excellent field position now for Fort Loramie. Is the defense again, even with the miscue on the punt where they gave them 15 yards on a penalty, St. Henry really did nothing. You add in there the sack, the negative yards there, which didn't help the offensive cause. Fort Loramie's defense comes up big. They're going to give their offense now a very good field position on their own 47-yard line.
They go in a huddle to start with, which has been a little bit unusual. Max Hoying, 45, to the left side of Colin Moore. I believe his first action in the backfield. Jet sweep around the left side by Fort Loramie. Good carry on the play by the Damon Mesher, number 22 for Fort Loramie. That'll be a 1st down.
A lot of speed, a lot of quickness. Take another look at it. They got a speedy receiver in great space.
Quickly. And this time they go to Mesher on the left side. Damon Mesher, touchdown Fort Loramie. That'll be about a 37-yard touchdown run as we get another look. Mesher's there to the right. Quick handoff. He hits it on the left side. And down the sidelines, Damon Mesher for the touchdown.
Well, 2 good back-to-back plays for Damon Mesher, and quick scoring offense for the Redskins of Fort Loramie.
Moore will try the extra point, so quick drive for Fort Loramie results in the touchdown. Just 3 plays. Kick is up. That will hit the cross, will hit the upright. So 7:52 to go here in the second quarter. Fort Loramie 13, St. Henry 7. We'll step aside. You're watching high school football here on NKTelco Sports.
Wegner's IGA have been servicing their communities for more than 90 years, spanning 3 generations. Wegner's founded their business on 2 basic principles: excellent customer service and quality products. Visit all our locations and experience the finest selection of deli, fresh meats, and a variety of beverage choices. While there, don't forget to check out our vast selection of fresh coffee beans, produce, dairy, and bakery items. Visit Wegner's today in Minster, Fort Loramie, and New Bremen.
Together, we are family, working safely for our loved ones.
We are problem solvers who challenge the status quo and drive improvement.
We care about our customer relationships.
We stay true to our values, caring and respecting one another.
We embrace change as we journey through our career.
We are Precision Strip, the world's leading processor of rolled steel and aluminum.
Precision Strip, doing the exceptional.
Welcome back to NKTelco Sports, presented by Grand Lake Health. Nick Brandewee kickoff, fielded by Bennett Gels across the 20-yard line, trying to cut back to the middle on the left side. Will able to get to the 25-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 St. Henry, following a very quick 2-play drive for Fort Loramie for the touchdown.
It didn't take long, and Damon Mesher basically covered it all himself. He had a 16-yard run on the jet sweep towards this side of the field, and then a 37-yarder also down the sideline on this side of your TV set. So all Damon Mesher on that drive. Big chunk yards on the ground for number 22, gives his team a 13-7 lead.
1st and 10 St. Henry. Lange under center. Hands it to their fullback this time, Braden Deal, with his first carry. He caught the touchdown pass earlier. On 1st down, he'll gain a couple for St. Henry. Deal, pretty good blocker, senior, 5'9", 190. Usually clearing the way for Jacobs in the backfield for St. Henry.
6th possession in the game for the St. Henry Redskins. Their offense really hasn't done much. the touchdown drive, the series they did score that. They had the big pass and catch. That's where Gels caught the big one that got him down in the scoring position. But other than that, the offense has been struggling against Fort Loramie's defense.
Hand off to Jacobs around left side, his longest carry of the night, and he will get a first down around left side, about a gain of 9 across the 35-yard line as we take another look.
Well, nice job there by St. Henry. They needed to get some positive yards, and after I just said the offense hadn't done much, Jacobs did a nice job down that left side of the offensive line, right in front of his own bench, moving the chains for a first down.
Talked about that was one of the keys to the game, was St. Henry running the ball, and a couple runs there with the first down. Lange with a short snap. This time will hand it off to Jacobs.
Not much there.
St. Henry on offense, starting 5 seniors, 5 juniors, and a sophomore, compared to Fort Loramie has 7 seniors on defense, 3 juniors, and a sophomore. So the experience about all night will favor Fort Loramie. Fort Loramie coming off a 12-2 season last year, went all the way to the state semifinals.
Lost to Macomb, who ended up winning the Division 7 title.
Quarterback draw to Lange, able to gain about 5 on the play. Somebody for Fort Loramie had a hand in there, moved the ball a little bit, as Lange's fumbled it a couple times.
Lost one and got one back.
3rd and a long 3 for St. Henry. 5:44 to go here in the first half. Fort Loramie leads St. Henry 13-7. Both these teams looking for their first win of the season.
Yeah, and one team will be 0-2, a tough way to start the season. Nobody wants that, but one of these teams, one of these Redskins will go home 0-2.
Lange off to the right side, intended for Owen Layfeld, just off his hands. So 4th down for St. Henry, and they'll have to punt it away.
I said earlier, I think that St. Henry's only their 2nd incomplete pass of the game. They have to check that, but there haven't been too many incomplete passes.
Isaac Ontrop on to punt. Damon Mesher back for Fort Loramie. 5:21 to go. St. Henry doing a long count, hoping Fort Loramie would jump.
Oh, high kick
High
again.
snap. Mesher will try to get underneath it. Nice catch on the run. And a good tackle by St. Henry there. Number 58, Connor Ratterman, put Mesher right down there to limit the return, but it'll be 1st and 10, Fort Loramie.
Well, the high punt by Isaac Ontrop, Dave, that's 2 good kicks now he's had. And that high hang time, plus he got some distance on, but the height of it gave his teammates plenty of time to get down there, and Mesher really back there by himself, no blocking, and was not able to get forward, if you will, but did catch it. So you always take away that big hop that could happen once the ball skips on the ground.
Hey, Meyer in the backfield, along with Colin Moore. Moore will hand it to Meyer. Cut back now to the left side. Meyer with some good yardage ahead. He'll be knocked out of bounds, but a gain about all the way from the 30 almost to the 35-yard line. We'll give it about 35 yards for the junior Nate Meyer.
Good run by Nate Meyer.
He's tackled by Connor Ratterman for St. Henry. Meyer will get a break after that one, as you have Barhorst and Moore in the backfield. Alongside Moore, he hands it off. He fakes it to Barhorst, keeps it. Moore up the middle, close to another first down. They'll move the chains. 11-yard carry by Colin Moore.
A lot of chunk yards on offense here coming from Fort Loramie. It's all been on the ground. As you see Moore get 11, another first down, the 6th of the first half for the Fort Loramie Redskins.
Timeout on the field. We'll step aside. You're watching high school football here on NKTelco Sports.
Boy, I have trouble.
St. Henry with the timeout here.
Big runs, Dave, recently. The last 4 rushing attempts for Loramie. 16 by Mesher, 37, which was a touchdown by Mesher, then 36 by Meyer, and now 11 by Moore. So the ground offense, rushing attack for the Redskins at Fort Loramie has really stepped up. Prior to that, they had not done much, and a lot of their offense in the first quarter was somewhere about 60-40. They threw the ball a lot. 60% of their offense in the first quarter was throwing, and only 2 passes here in the second quarter. So they've really, maybe focused or leaned now more towards the ground attack, the rushing game, and they've had some success.
Yes, I think they're hitting the holes a little bit quicker, and I think that offensive line, pretty good size, is making some holes for the rushing attack. 1st and 10 for Fort Loramie. Hoying in the backfield. Moore will hand it to Barhorse on the jet sweep. Breaks the tackle, weaves his way inside the 15-yard line. Nate Barhorse looked like he was going to, or Sam Barhorse looked like he was going to go down early.
Yeah, he was about tackled for loss of yards, but boy, found a hole, gets all the way down to the 10. Another positive yards play, 14 yards.
They'll do Barhorse again. Sam Barhorse cuts in. Be close to about the 5 or 6 yard line. Gain of 4 on the play. Sam Barhorse, a 6', 160 junior. Couple big back-to-back carries. 2nd and goal. Coming up on 4 minutes to go in the first half. Fort Loramie trying to add on to their 6-point lead. Moore. This time will fake to Mesher, goes to Barhorst, incomplete. Just off the hands, defending on the play for St. Henry, number 4, Andrew Lange. Just off the hands. Tried to do the fake, or the running game's been going good, the fake to run, and the pass was open, just a little bit off.
Some would say, why would you go to pass when you've had success running? Of course, if you catch it, then it's great job of, the defense expecting run, and you mix it up, you throw the ball through the air. So it's one of those things. The play was nearly executed, pass just off the mark a little bit, couldn't come down with it, or else it would have been successful.
Moore will get into some trouble, throws it into the end zone for the touchdown. A flag on the play. Pass complete to Damon Mesher, but we'll see what the flag is. Probably pass interference. We'll see it's on offense or defense, as we'll see what the man in the white hat says. Pass interference, offense. It's a reason why you would say the receiver was open. So that is I believe a 10-yard penalty, negates a touchdown for Fort Loramie.
Yeah, tough play as Besher didn't see it live action. I was watching Moore, who was scrambling for his life, nearly taking the sack, but judge in the backfield saw the penalty, and that moves it from the 6 all the way about to the 21. So that's a 15-yarder.
15-yarder. So big penalty. Moore was in some trouble.
I guess you'd call that the OPI, offensive pass interference.
Ruenkamp and Sager, the top of your screen.
And they have to get a touchdown here. They can't get a first down, I should say, unless they score. So 3rd and goal from the 21.
Connects to Max Hoying on their, or check that, Mark Sager open inside the 15-yard line. Bring up 4th down, and where it's at, even though it's 4th and goal, this is pretty long for a high school field goal, so they will go for it on 4th down here.
Yeah, just a short play there, ball on the 18-yard line. That's, a very long field goal. But a pass interference really stymie this drive here. It's going to be a big completion here. It's got to go for a touchdown, or St. Henry takes over.
They'll throw it into the end zone. There's a jump ball. Knocked away. Defending on the play, Bennett Gels.
Owen Plyman, I believe. Was that right, number 5 or is number 4?
I think it was Mark Sager. The pass was intended for. Moore to Sager. Pair of 15s there as Bennett Gels won the battle there. So Fort Loramie not able to score there as they had 1st and goal. Big penalty really hurt there. as St. Henry will take over first and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Well, St. Henry definitely getting a break there, and I shouldn't say break, I mean, the penalty helps them out. Now their offense 3 minutes ago, haven't done a lot offensively, but boy, at least you have the ball here, and they'll take a timeout, want to talk things over 3 minutes ago before half.
Timeout on the field. Grand Lake Health's presentation of high school athletics on NKTelco Sports is being brought to you by American Trim, Frost Roofing, Hometown Opportunity, Minster Bank, Ply Gem, Precision Strip, Schredeman Pharmacy, New Knoxville Supply, Fowler's TV, Cy Schredeman Incorporated, Wilson Health, Carriage Works, Kogi Plumbing, Heating and Air Conditioning, Securicom, Cargill, The Spot, St. Henry Bank, Wagner's IGA, and Wayne Trail are sponsors. Our Keys to the Game sponsor was from Keyhole Pizza in Newport. Replay sponsor Winners Meats in Osgood. We will select a player of the game sponsored by NKTelco. And on our first National Bank scoreboard with 3:01 to go in the first half, it's Loramie 13, St. Henry 7.
Well, the first half, Dave, winding down here, a one possession game, and obviously St. Henry would love to score before half. You don't want to make a mistake here, but they don't want to give Fort Loramie the ball back either. Before at halftime, when they're going into the third quarter, St. Henry will get the ball to start the third quarter, so you'd like to kind of take time out here and
hand off to the fullback Deal, met at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. Max Hoying on point of attack for Fort Loramie, as well as Noah Giozzi. 2nd and 10, 2:40. Fort Loramie with all three timeouts. You think at some point they're going to call a timeout here.
And they may even wait. It seems like, it doesn't seem like there's much time, but you got a good stop on first down. Even if you hold them for the next two plays, you're still going to have well over a minute and a half to go probably. Then you have all three timeouts. But we'll see. Once they may elect to, they get a good stop here to call their first timeout.
Hand off to Jacobs. Short gain, and there Fort Loramie will call a timeout. And we'll step aside here. You're watching high school football on NKTelco Sports.
Trust us. NKTelco, a small-town company with a big focus on customer service. We build business the old-fashioned way.
Trust us to be your internet provider.
Trust us to help you find the right cable package for your viewing needs.
Trust us to answer your questions any time of the day.
Trust NKTelco to be on call. Deliver and make sure your service is tailored to meet your needs.
We serve commercial and residential customers to meet their communication needs. Trust us at NKTelco.
Trust us!
At CAPT, we use Hometown Opportunity to make sure that when we have a position open within the facility, it gets put on the website.
We've really been excited to see how that has grown so much over the last several years.
If anyone is looking for a job, it's the best place to go.
We really want to do whatever we can to get folks that are from this community back to this area.
I would recommend any manufacturing company that they take a look at it. It's a very good benefit for companies at no cost.
Back to NKTelco Sports, brought to you by Grand Lake Health. 3rd and long here with 2:13 to go for St. Henry. And if you're Fort Loramie, you want to make a stop here, force St. Henry to punt here late in the first half.
Yeah, if they could, they would get a good field position, you would expect, and have a chance to put another points, more points on the board before halftime.
Lange drops back, going deep, long down the left side. That is incomplete. He was looking for number 15, Bennett Gels again. He connected with him earlier in the first half. That's a long incompletion, stops the clock.
It was a pretty throw. I mean, nice spiral. I was surprised. Now it does stop the clock, and Fort Loramie doesn't have to burn a timeout. But, you know, sometimes you got to roll the dice a little bit. You know, maybe they felt the rushing game wouldn't give them many yards, but they hit that with Bennett Gels. They get a first down, get some momentum. It didn't happen. So Fort Loramie does a nice job defensively.
Isaac Ontrop on the punt. He's punted a couple very nice punts.
He's going to need another one here. This will be their, I believe, their 4th punt. And
this one's short, but he might get a friendly bounce. Messer decides to stay away from it, so it'll roll all the way back to the 41-yard line. And the Redskins will take over. They're 59 yards away from pay dirt with just under 2 minutes to go. here in the first half.
Well, plenty of time and 2 timeouts, so really not impossible for Fort Loramie. They've done some damage here recently on the ground, especially here in the second quarter. So we'll see once, you know, as well as they've done on the ground, they'll keep it on the ground. Again, plenty of time for their offense. Last drive, again, had a touchdown called back on offensive pass interference and really never was able to overcome that.
Swing pass to Brandaway. He's got a head of steam. He'll go across the 50-yard line. That'll stop the clock for a first down. Good start there for Fort Loramie.
11-yard gain into St. Henry territory. Now, when the official puts his arm out, Dave, watch the replay here. Does that mean it's a lateral when the arm goes back?
Yes.
So that's a rushing play, a rushing offense?
Yeah, that's true. They'll swing again this time. They try to go to Brandaway on the right side. That's knocked away by Owen Layfeld, who broke free there. So it'll be an incompletion. That'll stop the clock on the bright side for Fort Loramie with 1:43 to go.
For Fort Loramie, a chance to regroup here. Luckily, the deflection for Fort Loramie kind of hit the ground again. One of those, we already saw one tip ball hang up in the air and allowed, at that time, Casey Breening to intercept it. So good defensive play by St. Henry. They're going to need a couple more here before half and then try to keep the spread at 6 and get the ball back to start the third quarter.
Moore will keep it after faking a handoff around left side. The clock will continue to run here. But still 2 timeouts. 3rd and 7 to go here for Fort Loramie. Still a lot of time here. Spencer Wells signaling in the plays. 2nd-year head coach for Fort Loramie. Empty backfield. Moore to the right side. That is tipped at the line of scrimmage, and it will fall to the ground. So nothing hurt, but brings up 4th down for Fort Loramie to take another look.
3rd tip ball for sure for Moore in this first half. Not for sure which Redskin of St. Henry got it. Look like, oh, it's number 70, 6'3" punter, if you will, also playing some defense, Isaac Ontrop, and Fort Loramie will elect to punt.
They thought about it for a little bit. They looked like they were thinking about going for it, and Coach Wells decides, let's just punt it.
You know, sometimes I think you do that. Maybe the other team thinks you're going to go for it and call a timeout, and maybe that's all you wanted them to do is for it to use their last timeout. But he gets it off with 3 seconds on the play clock, and that'll bounce. Oh, beautiful punt.
Brandaway with a punt. They're not able to down it inside the 5-yard line, so it'll be 1st and 10 at the 20. Imagine St. Henry's going to run out the clock here and go to halftime down 13-7.
Yes, with Fort Loramie just with 2 timeouts, I don't think the math is there for, you know, anything but that. Is again, St. Henry, he hasn't done much offensively. I said that a few times, but they find themselves only down by 1 possession, 1 score. They will get the ball back at the 3rd quarter, so you know they got a few minutes here to talk about it and try to find out and go over things that didn't work well and find out things that whether maybe they can improve upon and capitalize on here in the second half.
Yeah, I would say the advantage of statistics favor Fort Loramie. They probably had a couple missed opportunities to go by the board. So St. Henry.
One was a touchdown called back because of the offensive pass interference.
But they don't just take a knee. They hand it off to Jacobs, hoping maybe he can break it. We're under a minute to go. Fort Loramie's going to take a timeout. They'll be their first of 2 timeouts here, 13-7. We'll step aside very quickly here on NKTelco Sports.
At Minster Bank, we understand that life can get hectic. That's why when it comes to your banking, we offer the services that make your life simpler with tools like person-to-person payments, Pop Money, mobile and online banking, and bill pay. But most of all, Minster Bank is a supportive member of your community with personal relationships and customer service that reach outside of our branches. Minster Bank, helping people achieve financial success.
58 seconds to go. Fort Loramie takes a timeout. They'll have 1 more, so we'll see what St. Henry will do here. I imagine pretty conservative there. They can almost run out the clock. It's different this year in that it's The play clock is 40 seconds after the end of the last play.
At Minster Bank,
so
we understand
not
that.
sure they could quite run it out here. We'll see what the seconds are after this play here, as Fort Loramie will probably call a time out after this play.
You never know if St. Henry forces him to hand off again. It gives you a chance to swipe the ball out, but boy, good job by Jacobs.
Jacobs with a nice run for the first down. So now if you're St. Henry, they have one timeout left. You might try to be a little aggressive here. As the clock stops with 51 seconds to go, not at the line of scrimmage there as they bring in a play. So the clock will start.
And one timeout left for St. Henry. Now they don't appear to be in any urgency here to.
I think they'll probably run another running play to Jacobs. It's been gaining more and more as the game's worn on. There's Jacobs. Jacobs on the handoff. Jacobs, a 6', 185 junior running back. No gain on the play, down to 25 seconds. And St. Henry does not have to run another play. Fort Loramie can call one more timeout, but it looks like both teams will probably be content to just run it out to halftime. We'll wait till the last 11 seconds tick off. A pretty closely played game between two Redskins squads trying to get their first win on the season, and we will go to halftime. Your score in the First National Bank scoreboard: Fort Loramie 13, St. Henry 7. We'll go to halftime here. We'll come back with the second half and the statistics here on NKTelco Sports.
Here's the thing. If you're the kind of guy who eats, sleeps, and breathes farming, who gets up at dawn, determined to get the best crop and the best yield, why surrender to the mercy of the water table? Cy Schwiedemann Incorporated can lower your water table to an average of 2 to 3 feet below the surface, allowing you to grow stronger, healthier plants that root deeper, that are more resilient to the elements, that enable longer growing seasons, and can produce higher results in the fields and in your pocket. Trust CSI, your drainage experts since 1946.
At Joint Township District Memorial Hospital, your comfort and care is our #1 priority. Our surgical nerve blocks are a great way to reduce pain and can be used for arm, shoulder, hip, knee, ankle, and foot surgeries. The nerve blocks decrease the stress of surgery on your body, requires less anesthesia and pain medications, and in many cases can offer relief for several days. Visit grandlakehealth.org for details on all of our services.
Welcome to NKTelco Sports, presented by Grand Lake Health. We're at halftime on our First National Bank scoreboard. It's Fort Loramie 13, St. Henry 7 with the first half numbers. Mr. Jeff Henshin.
Well, the first half stats somewhat dominated by the Fort Loramie Redskins. They lead the scoreboard. That's the most important one, 13-7. The total yards in favor of Fort Loramie, 186 to 101. Rushing yards, a big difference there, especially in the second quarter for Fort Loramie. They gained a bunch of yards there. They end up with 167 compared to 55. Passing yards, not real significant for either team. First downs, Fort Loramie's gained 7 compared to 3 in the turnover margin, or the battle. St. Henry has only coughed it up once, an interception, and St. Henry has given up twice via an interception and a fumble, and Fort Loramie just the one time on an interception. Quarterbacks for St. Henry, Lange is 4 of 8, and Colin Moore for Fort Loramie is 5 of 16. Each with an interception.
Scoring plays so far, and Fort Loramie scores with 5:47 to go first quarter. Colin Moore with a 1-yard run. He also hits the extra point, 7-0 Fort Loramie. St. Henry responded. Andrew Lange to Braden Deal for a 2-yard touchdown pass. The extra point good by Logan Layfelt. We're tied at 7 after 1. 7:52 to go second quarter. Damon Mesh with a 37-yard touchdown run. Extra point was missed. It's 13-7. Also of note, Fort Loramie had a touchdown call back in the end zone in the second quarter there. That there was a pass interference. That was really back. And one time early in the game, I think on their second possession, they had intercepted the ball. We were in business against St. Henry, and they got the ball tipped at the line of scrimmage, got intercepted.
In the red zone.
In the red zone.
Near the goal line.
So a couple times, that's a good way to say it. 2 times Fort Loramie's been in the red zone, haven't able to capitalize as we saw in the numbers. It's favored them, but St. Henry's, I believe, playing a much better game than they did, and they lost 35-6 last week to Covington. They always say that most improvement happens from week 1 to week 2. I think especially that's true if you have a bad week 1.
Oh yeah, because you have nowhere else to go but up. You'd think so. Obviously, they were anxious to get back with the St. Henry Redskins, and likewise Fort Loramie. They felt, the game last week sloppy with the turnovers and the miscues on offense and the penalties. So anxious for both these teams to get a victory, and still a ball game here. Just one possession difference to start the third quarter.
Nick Brandewee kicks it off to start. Bennett Gels returns it for St. Henry. It'll be across the 30-yard line, 31-yard line to be exact. It'll be Redskin ball. Redskins 0-1. They lost 35-6 last week to a pretty good Covington squad. Trying to get on the winning side of the ledger. Down by 6 here at halftime under head coach Brad Luthman in his 7th year. Lange at quarterback. The I formation has been the common formation. Deal at fullback. And a pitch to Jacobs around left side. Able to gain about a yard around the left side or right side of the Fort Loramie defense, as we have Sam Barhorse at the point of attack for Fort Loramie.
Yeah, again, not much running room. Jacobs did have some runs in that end of the second quarter, Dave. You mentioned it. You noticed that number 9, Jacobs for St. Henry, began to get some positive yards, and he probably was a key factor in most of their 55 rushing yards. Had some good runs late in the quarter.
And a hand off to KJ Jacobs, and Nick Brandewee leads the charge for Fort Loramie as he shoots through the gap. A loss on the play. So we take another look. Watch the linebacker Brandewee shoot through the gap.
Yeah, just no one. It was helmet on helmet except for on Brandewee, and he was able to come through untouched. The tackle for loss for Brandewee, and it brings up 3rd and 10 back on the original line of scrimmage.
3rd and 10. Trips on the near side of the field. Lange drops straight back, steps up, throws it, and it's intercepted. Intercepted on the play by Mark Sager, as he had good inside possession, and a turnover will give it to Fort Loramie as you take another look.
I think the pass maybe just a little underthrown, and gave Sager, who was trailing, the inside avenue, and yeah, just underthrown. A tough play. If he leads him a little bit, who knows, but right now the turnover, and good play by the Fort Loramie defense.
3rd turnover of the game by St. Henry. Fort Loramie will take over 1st and 10 at their own 44-yard line. Hands it off the middle. Good carry on the play there by Nick Brandewee for Fort Loramie.
Well, nothing better than taking advantage of a big offensive, or taking advantage of a big turnover. Then you get a nice run from your own 44 all the way down to St. Henry's 43.
There's Max Hoing, number 45, across the 40-yard line of St. Henry. Good yardage on 1st down. Gain of about 5. Bring up 2nd and 5. Mesher and Hoing, both sides of Colin Moore. This time they'll hand it to Mesher around left side. That's the same play. He broke the touchdown run, and we have a late flag on the play. Fort Loramie might get some more yards added on to the end of that play.
There's a 13-yard run and a late hit out of bounds. So yes, they're going to get some extra yards on the penalty. So the ball right now was at the 38, got all the way down to the 25, I believe is where it's marked. Dave, is that correct?
Yes, this is a dead ball foul. It'll be take it to the 15 yards. You take it to the 23-yard line. I think it's a little further down than that. No, we're closer about the 10-yard line.
Yeah, so it was on the 25, so a 15-yard penalty.
Hoing on the left, Mesher on the right. Junior quarterback Colin Moore. Another handoff to Mesher. Cut inside, gain a couple yards inside the 10-yard line. Bring up 2nd and 8. Redskins can get a 1st down without getting a touchdown. So it's not 2nd and goal, it's 2nd and 8. Ruenkamp and Sager on the right side, far side of the screen. Mesher and Hoying, they switch sides.
Loramie's had good offense or good success, Dave, running the ball versus passing. See if they keep it, and they do keep it.
Colin Moore for the touchdown. 9-yard touchdown run. Colin Moore off the fake. And the quarterback with 2 touchdowns here tonight as we take another look on our Winners Meets replay.
Good job kind of faking a handoff, disguising it, the 8-yard scamper in at the 9:21 mark. All on the ground that drive for the Fort Loramie Redskins. 5 rushing attempts plus the 15-yard personal foul late hit. So and we have a St. Henry Redskin player down right now.
Looks like Fort Loramie might be going to 2 here. Looks like the Redskins player is going to be able to go off on his own power, so good to see. Looks like Fort Loramie might be going for 2 after they had that missed extra point. Again, the second touchdown, rushing touchdown of the night for Colin Moore. He had a 1-yarder earlier in the game, 9-yarder there. And now the Redskins will go for 2. Try to expand that lead to that 14 points. Sager and Ruenkamp again, far side of the screen. Mesher on the right, Hoying on the left of Moore. Hand off to Mesher, will cut through for the extra 2 points. So 9:21 to go here in the third quarter. Fort Loramie leads St. Henry 21-7 on our First National Bank scoreboard. We'll step aside here on NKTelco Sports.
Hi, I'm Mallory. My grandpa's been making the world's worst pizza for 30 years. That doesn't look like the world's worst pizza. Grandpa, I know why they call you Chunky Bob. It's because you use chunky ingredients on your pizza.
Of course, it's not because I'm fat.
Grandpa, this is the world's best pizza. Keyhole Pizza, come check Grandpa out.
Dine in or carry out.
So after the Fort Loramie interception, they drive 56 yards for the touchdown.
All on the ground, like I said, the positive plays on every snap plus the 15-yard penalty. Net result is a touchdown. You add on the 2-point conversion. Successful try there by Mesher. So back to a 2-score game, if you will, 21-7. Good job executing after the interception by Sager.
Nick Brander will kick off. It'll be Benegels on the far side and a new return, Carter Ontrop. In for Casey Breening, who is the Redskins that was hurt on the play, and Ontrop on the return for the Redskins, and good coverage there for the Fort Loramie Redskins. As on the cover there, number 73, Jared Peppelman Jr. with the tackle for the Redskins at Fort Loramie.
Pretty good coverage downfield. Doesn't allow the good return, and Fort Loramie's defense has been pretty good tonight, allowing just the 101 yards in the first half, and 40 of them, I believe, came on a pass and catch. Bennett Gels on the end of a pass from Lange. Take that away, and St. Henry struggled to get a lot of offense going in the first half.
Hand off to KJ Jacobs. Great penetration by the line of Fort Loramie as they blow up that play. Tackles will be 40 Noah Giozzi and 45 Max Hoying as you get a look here as they just totally dominate the line of scrimmage there.
Yeah, they came in, the linebackers did, just no one picked them up. Loss of 11. I'm sorry, 6.
So 2nd and 16 for St. Henry. Find themselves down 2 scores here.
Been the same story every time they've had the ball, Dave, is they need to get some first downs, need to get the chains moving, need to keep Fort Loramie's offense off the field.
Lange throwing deep to Ontrop, and he completes it. Carter Ontrop right in stride from Andrew Lange. Big gain on the play, all the way from the 19 to the 40-yard line, about 40 yards on the play as we take another look.
The St. Henry receiver I thought was going to have to become a defender, and just out of the outstretched reach of Sam Barhorst. So nice execution by the St. Henry Redskins, a 40-yard pickup.
Boy, Lange has an arm when he can air it out, and that was a beautiful play. In double coverage, but he out through it. Lange's looking for Deal on the flat, and there's an interception. Interception by Fort Loramie by Mark Sager on the interception. That's 2 in 2 drives here.
2 drives killed there by the Fort Loramie defense, both you said by Mark Sager, and a big defensive play by him. We'll take another look at it, see how that all kind of parlayed here. But Sager got a good jump on it, stepped in the passing lane, got it, and that followed just a great offensive play by the Redskins. So real momentum switcher there for Fort Loramie's defense.
Pass was just a little bit overthrown by Lange, and Sager was in the right spot at the right time. His second interception here of the half. Damon Mesher around left side. Big carry, close to midfield, 16 yards on the carry. And a good start for Fort Loramie after the turnover.
Well, their last drive was all on the ground, all successful carries. The second drive opens up again with offensive success on the ground.
Hand off Nick Brandewee. He's met by some St. Henry Redskins.
Maybe a loss there. That's the first negative play they've had in the second half.
Connor Ratterman, first Redskin on the attack, as they got through the line. Brandyway on the far side, Mesher to the left of Moore. Moore will hand it to Mesher around right side, the sophomore, across the midfield stripe. Tackled by number 16, Owen Layfelt for St. Henry.
4-yard pickup, so back in the system a little bit. It's going to be 3rd and long, but it's 3rd and manageable too for Fort Loramie's offense.
Fort Loramie will go 3 wide. To the near side, Kevin Plyman, the receiver on the right side. Moore looking across the middle, has a teammate. As a completion.
All the way down to the 26-yard line, so 21 yards. Haven't done much through the air, but they are successful here. Watch it again.
He'll hit Damon Mesher on the play. The sophomores had a lot of big plays here tonight. 1st and 10 at the St. Henry 26-yard line.
21-yard completion. Once again, Mesher has been active tonight on catching and rushing the ball.
Sam Barhorst on the rush for Fort Loramie. So we get close to halfway through this 3rd quarter, coming up on the 6-minute mark. Spencer Wells has been able to mix up his backs. He's had Barhorst. Right now Hoying's with him. We've had
Mesher and then Moore as well.
And there's Barhorst again inside the 15-yard line. Another first down for Fort Loramie. Sam Barhorst, 6 foot, 160 pounds, junior running back, making some nice cuts in the offensive line, doing the job. 1st and 10, Fort Loramie. Another handoff to Barhorst, this time nothing doing, as there isn't much of a hole there against the St. Henry defense. Maybe a yard on the play. First Redskin on the tackle, number 84, Luke Gels on the play. We'll have a timeout on the field. Gives us an opportunity. Tell you that Grand Lakes Health's presentation of high school athletics on NKTelco Sports is being brought to you by American Trim, Frost Roofing, Hometown Opportunity, Minster Bank, Ply Gem, Precision Strip, Schrudeman Pharmacy, New Knoxville Supply, Fowler's TV, Cy Schrudeman, Wilson Health, Carriage Works, Kogi Plumbing, Heating and Air Conditioning, Securicom, Cargill, The Spot, St. Henry Bank, Wagner's IGA, Wayne Trail. Our director tonight, Ian Bolheimer, assisted by Patrick Toller. On camera, John Schrudeman and Kurt Kuffner, with my partner tonight, Jeff Henshin. had a good ball game here tonight. Fort Laramie's taking control of the game here, it seems like, here in the third quarter.
They can take a major step in control of this game with score here. I mean, we're halfway through the third quarter. I hate to beat a dead horse, but St. Henry really hasn't done much on offense. 2 big plays, 2 big pass plays, one to Bennett Gills, and the last one to
Carter Arntrop.
Carter Arntrop has been really their offense. And both those plays went for about 40 yards each time. And other than that, they've not been successful doing much offensively. So Fort Laramie can make a huge statement here with this drive and really take command of this game. Their defense for Fort Laramie's been playing very solid tonight. They've caused a number of turnovers, and there's a hard count. I believe that's going to be a penalty against St. Henry.
5 yards as a hard count. Got a Redskin to jump. And then, remember, in high school, you just have to break the neutral zone. If you jump in the neutral zone, it's automatically encroachment. Sager to the right side along with Mesher. Brandewey on the slot with Hank Ruenkamp.
They can get a first down inside the 2-yard line.
Jet sweep to Mesher. Around left side, Damon Mesher trying to find the end zone. And they will say he is just short.
And it's always kind of dangerous when you get around the pylon. When you lose the ball, if you fumbled it out of the end zone, it's a touchback. We'll probably get a better look here.
A jet sweep, they've run that a few times, and Mesher's had a big night. Sophomore with a lot of speed. First and goal at the 1-yard line.
And he held on to it. He didn't fumble it through the end zone, so you have to say it's a pretty accurate mark or spot or call. The ball's now on the 1-yard line. A first down for St. Henry.
Big guy Max Hoing to the right of Moore, to the left near side is Damon Mesher. Moore has kept it a couple times. He has 2 rushing touchdowns. First and goal at the 1. Hand off to Mesher. Damon Mesher for the touchdown. 1-yard touchdown run by Damon Mesher. And the Redskins now lead 27-7. Damon Mesher, his second rushing touchdown and a 37-yard touchdown run in the second quarter. This time a 1-yarder. As they'll try to add on the extra point here by Colin Moore. Another nice drive by St. Henry, or by Fort Laramie, set up by a St. Henry interception.
Yeah, they've capitalized. They probably scored on 3.
Moore kick it high and in. Great hang time on that. Fort Laramie, Colin Moore, they all count the same. And a big play there.
We mentioned the turnovers. St. Henry's committed 4 turnovers, 3 interceptions, and a fumble. I believe out of those 4 turnovers, Fort Laramie's come down and scored on 3 of them. So they've answered, they capitalized on those momentum-changing turnovers and at least scored on 2 of them. Maybe you can check and.
Yeah, they scored on the first 2 here, both after interceptions by Mark Sager.
Yep.
There was one earlier where Noah Giosi recovered a fumble. They got a touchdown on the following drive where that was on the St. Henry 15-yard line.
So it has been probably 3 out of the 4 turnovers.
Yeah. The first one, Damon Mesher intercepted, and they gave it right back. So when you win the turnover battle, especially by more than 1, it usually bodes well for your team. And right now, Fort Laramie with a 21-point lead. Gels and Breening back. This time it'll go far side. Casey Breening. Oh, it goes through his legs inside the 10-yard line. He's in some trouble there. Able to get some of those yardage back, but it'll be bad field position for St. Henry.
When things don't go well, things that normally don't happen against you, and kind of like a bad hop single there, just right through the wickets. And luckily for St. Henry, they're able to recover. But boy, way back on, looks like maybe the 12-yard line.
13, they're going to spot it. Max Hoing on the tackle for Fort Laramie. So St. Henry will take over down 21 with 4:31 to go here, third quarter.
They have their hands full here, definitely, against 1, poor field position, 2, and a hungry, aggressive Fort Loramie defense, and 3, things just have not going well on offense at all tonight, and there's a penalty. That'll probably push them back some more.
KJ Jacobs along right side, and St. Henry, their 2 possessions have ended in an interception. Right now, bad field position. Look from the indication of referee Dan Potts, and it is holding. That'll be half the distance. So that'll take it back to the 6.5-yard line, and tough sledding ahead for a very young St. Henry team.
Yeah, really, it doesn't get easy when you're playing against somewhat of a, not a veteran Fort Loramie team, but guys that have been there and had success last year. They're back in key positions, so you're putting a lot on a younger St. Henry team tonight.
And they played a pretty good Covington team. It was a senior-laden team. Yeah. Covington, by the way, Covington and Fort Loramie will play in a couple weeks. That'll be a big showdown. Fort Loramie will play Miami East next week, and then Covington. Their schedule is definitely front-loaded, and then they will be deep into the CCC, their second last year in the CCC.
Yeah, this year and the next year.
Lange bounces around right side, but there's a lot of Redskins in red shirts.
Yeah, it seemed like he ran for a while, but really got nothing.
Yeah.
Maybe a yard.
Lange, a senior, but just a first-year quarterback. Last couple years, Sam Layfeld has been their quarterback. A team that made it to the second round of the playoffs before they lost by 1 point on a missed extra point to Coldwater, a team that they beat for the first time in over 20 years in the regular season.
They made a huge step just getting that win against Coldwater. That unbelievable that streak went that long. It's just hard to imagine.
There's a play to Carter Ontrop, and that was blown up.
Well read. That's a loss of on the completion of about probably 6 yards.
Mark Sager was out there. Sager, a lot of big plays here in the second half. 2 interceptions in that one. It was like he knew he was in the huddle on that play. He knew what was happening.
Yeah, they read it well. And, you know, if you read it right, you can gamble and make the big play. It's when you read it and assume, and then something happens that's different than that, then you get burnt by the big play. But well read, and just a tough break here for St. Henry. They're back on their 3-yard line, I believe.
And there'll be a delay of game. Not able to get the clock off. The play came in late from the sidelines, and St. Henry played a pretty solid first half. Things are
it's kind of coming unglued right now. They've been sloppy and just nothing real positive. A couple of turnovers. They've had 1, 2, 3, 4 penalties already, and we're still 2.5 minutes or 2.5+ minutes to go in the third quarter. And really, I thought the first half they played pretty clean and very competitive. Right now they're backpedaling.
Lange out of his own end zone. Will throw it downfield intended for Jaden Lange, number 3. That goes past everybody, so St. Henry will be punting out of their own end zone on a 4th and 21.
Ontrop, he might be their most valuable player in the game tonight with his punting. I hate to say it that way, but he's bailed them out of some jams and has put some good lumber on, or good foot in this case, some good leather onto the ball, and he's going to have to come up with a big one here. Here you get a good look at Ontrop.
Pretty good
kid, 6'3".
Damon Mesher at about his 36-yard line. So Ontrop, great hang time. Mesher will still have some room as he catches it inside the 30-yard line, across the 20, cuts it inside, and Mesher with a nice return. Good hang time, but Mesher stepped up. Good momentum and
excellent field position out for the Fort Loramie Redskins. If you thought they kind of had a good, strong grip on this game, now they're going to have a chance to really put the exclamation point on them as we wind down the final 2+ minutes. As a penalty against Fort Loramie, though, Dave, will push that back some. So they had it marked, I believe, on about the 18 or the 15, and they'll move it back and they'll start
at the 30 or 29-yard line. Still great field position.
Just Fort Loramie's first penalty of the second half. They had 3 in the first half. They're looking to go 3 for 3 in their possessions here in the second half. 2 touchdowns in their first 2 touches here in the second half.
Fake pass across the middle. That will be a little bit behind for Sager. Defending on the play, number 13 for St. Henry. That's Casey Breening. So Fort Loramie's been very successful on the run. Tried a little bit of play action. Just a little bit behind the receiver, Sager. It'll be second down.
Fort Loramie on the night, just 6 of 17 through the air. And really just around 40 yards total passing yards on 6 of 17 with an interception as well.
Moore goes to the line of scrimmage, and then if it's not there what he likes, he goes to the line, to the sideline, looks over to Coach Wells, adjusted as the back switch flip positions, Brandowy and Mesher. Hand off to Damon Mesher. Short gain on the play there by Mesher. In for the tackle, 67, Carter Stogler. And number 3, Jaden Lange for St. Henry. St. Henry defense trying to hold on here, down by 21. In great field position, what would probably be 4-down territory here for Fort Loramie. Moore passes over to the left side. That is incomplete. Fan on the play, Bennett Gels, number 15. Intended for number 19, Kevin Plyman. Now 4th and 9. And as expected, they will go for it here with 1:45 to go here in the third quarter. 28-7 on our First National Bank scoreboard. First National Bank, think first. Our longtime sponsor here on NKTelco Sports. 4th and 9. Brandowy in the backfield. A little flea flicker. They flip it back to Moore. In the end zone, touchdown. Mark Sager on the touchdown pass from Colin Moore. It was actually a direct snap to Mesher, and he pitches it to Colin Moore. Moore finds Mesher, or Mark Sager for the touchdown. Spencer Wells digs deep in his playbook for the touchdown. So flea flicker, call you what you want. Nothing else, you call it a touchdown as Mark Sager, great second half, two interceptions and now a touchdown reception. Extra point by Moore. It is up and good. 1:39 to go. Fort Loramie's lead now 28. It was a step aside here on NKTelco Sports.
At Wilson Health, we're extending care beyond the walls of the hospital with resources designed to keep you in charge of your health.
Our independence and connection to the community are unique in a world where big healthcare strives to act like corporations.
Our tools may be the same, but we are different.
We're neighbors, friends, and family who truly care about the people who live here.
We call it caring without limits, and it's just the beginning of a whole new Wilson Health.
Touchdown pass, a little bit of a flea flicker. Colin Moore gets the pitch from Mesher. He throws it 27 yards. Mark Sager on the touchdown catch.
Yeah, nice play by the Fort Loramie Redskins. It mixed up a little bit, and you see Mesher lined up for the direct snap, so you're expecting him, to run the ball, and then they kind of hand off to Moore in motion, and in that same direction he's running it made it easier for him to make a nice throw to Sager, who was able to catch it and score the 27-yard touchdown.
Benegels on the return with some daylight down the left side. Gets all the way to about the 45-yard line. So nice return by the sophomore Benegels for St. Henry.
Bennett had a touchdown catch. I know you mentioned his name way back in the first half, a 40-yarder. That time, the best return of the night for St. Henry.
St. Henry, the sophomores, that's considered a very good class coming up. Several of them are playing. It's where they're going to be building towards. Right now they're gaining some experience, albeit in a
tough way.
And Long season ahead. Quarterback draw by Lange. Able to get about 6 yards on the carry. Senior quarterback. So bring up 2nd and 4 for the Redskins.
First 2 possessions here in the second half for St. Henry, both. I should say 2 interceptions and then the punt. So they've, again, not put really anything together. The last drive was way back in their own end zone, their own territory, and some penalties pushed them back. Just everything was negative. Here they're able to get a couple positive plays. One, the nice run back by Bennett Gels, and a short gain there, but at least some positive forward yards here on this drive so far. But a big third down if they want to keep possession, Dave. We're going to have to get a long 4 yards. That's 12 feet. That's going to be contended by a bunch of red shirts.
KJ Jacobs on the carry. Yeah, I think no gain on the play. 3rd and 4 for St. Henry. St. Henry, this will wrap up their non-conference part of the schedule. So they'll be kicking off the MAC next week.
Okay, refresh me, Dave. St. Henry Division 7 or Division 6?
They are Division 6 with a lot of other loaded ones. They will play at St. John's, and then the following week they will host a very good Anna squad.
You know, St. Henry in Division 6, so more boys on the squad there. So we have a timeout here, Dave?
Timeout on the field. We'll step aside. You're watching high school football on NKTelco Sports.
Take your game day party to the next level with a new TV and Sonos sound system from Fowler's TV in St. Mary's. A Sonos system takes the action into every room of your home and outdoors. Break your home into zones and control the content and level right from your phone or tablet, enabling you to enjoy the game or not with the touch of a finger. Add a security camera system connected to your TV from Fowler's, and never leave another friend stuck outside in the cold. Fowler's TV, taking game day to the next level.
So St. Henry ball, 3rd and 5 here on NKTelco Sports, brought to you by Grand Lake Health Systems.
They make it 15 feet. I thought it was 3rd and 4, or 3rd and 4 is 3rd and 5, so 15 feet for a first down. And
Lange in some trouble and will be sacked. A whole bunch of Redskins.
Loss of 11.
66 in there, Carson Tenery. So take another look. Lange looking for the receiver, and I think Sager was the first one to get the pressure, and that will end the 3rd quarter of play. Your score in the First National Bank scoreboard.
In the Grand Lake Health System, great health care is about creating a personalized experience. We're here for you at every stage of your life, to care for you with compassion and courtesy. In the Grand Lake Health System, great health care is about creating a
Frost Roofing, Hometown Opportunity, Minster Bank, Plygem, Precision Strip, Schwedeman Pharmacy, New Knoxville Supply, Fowler's TV, Cy Schwedeman Incorporated, Wilson Health, Carriage Works, Kogi Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, Securicom, Cargill, The Spot, St. Henry Bank, Wagner's IJ, Wayne Trail. Keys to the Game is sponsored by Keyhole Pizza, replays by Winners Meats. We'll pick a player of the game by NKTelco. On our First National Bank scoreboard, Fort Loramie, a huge 3rd quarter there as they score
3 touchdowns.
3 touchdowns, 22 points. They lead 35-7.
Yeah, complete domination here. As we thought maybe going on halftime, St. Henry would be able to make the adjustments because they've been playing so well, kind of dodged some bullets, been playing pretty clean. It's not been the case for St. Henry. They've gone backwards, and maybe it's a credit to the Fort Loramie defense and offense, but Fort Loramie, they came out and really opened this game up. So they did have some, we talked about in the first half for Fort Loramie, some opportunities to score. One was called back, another one was intercepted on a deflected pass down in the red zone. So maybe Fort Loramie just taking care of business better here in the second half, and dominating a lot of the field, a lot of the positions.
The punt goes about the 31-yard line. Adding on, we talked about the divisions. Fort Loramie is in Division 7. Some of the other local teams in Division 7, New Bremen, also always lurking. The Marion Local Flyers dropped down to Division 7. St. Henry's in Region 23 and a loaded Division 6, which has Minster, Fort Recovery, Anna, and then LCC's in there. They moved around some of the divisions. It was always Division 24 for a lot of MAC schools, but they moved teams around, made a tough region even tougher.
I was say, is that by accident, on purpose, or just coincidence? But yeah, a lot of kind of restructuring, and it's going to make it hard for the MAC teams to really advance too far with having to battle against everyone. And you put Marion Local down in Division 7, now that probably puts a frown on a lot of small schools.
6-yard or 7-yard touch or 7-yard pass and catch from Colin Moore to Mark Sager. Bring up second and a long 3.
And you mentioned St. Henry. For what it's worth, they're Division 6, so they're a bigger school boys-wise as far as enrollment. But they have 53 players listed on their roster. Fort Loramie in Division 7 has 55 players listed on the roster. So although St. Henry enrollment's bigger, less boys playing football.
15th year of football for Fort Loramie as Damon Mesher picks up the first down. They've always had very good numbers in football. Of course, Fort Loramie athletics is good in about every sport across the board. A lot of good athletes, a lot of good, strong families. And right now, they're asserting themselves. And there's Nick Brandewee cutting back inside the 35-yard line. That'll be a gain of 26 yards and another first down for Fort Loramie.
Good run by number 4, Nick Brandewee.
He cut back?
Yeah, just some arm tackles. Not going to get him down by doing that.
Fort Loramie trying to score their 4th time in 4 drives in the second half, and completion. Moore to number 14. That'll be Joel Kaiser, a senior, on the catch. His first reception of the night. So he gets a nice hand from the Fort Loramie crowd. So second down for Fort Loramie. Pass across the middle. Completed. Mark Sager on the completion for Moore. Be close to the 15-yard line. Another Fort Loramie first down.
And the offense really wearing down St. Henry's defense. It's kind of do what you want as you will right now for Fort Loramie's offense.
A lot of weapons for Fort Loramie. You have a second-year quarterback and Moore. A lot of seniors, a lot of the skill position people back. As Moore goes to the left side, throws it back to the right. That is tipped away by Gels. As that was intended there for number 19, Kevin Plyman, on the play.
First incomplete pass for Colin Moore. He had thrown 1, 2, 3, 4 in a row. Not having a great night percentage-wise, but other than the one deflected interception, has done okay as far as the passing game goes. They've done a lot of work, a lot of success on the ground.
Hand off to Nick Brandewee. Inside the tackles, cuts back. Going ahead inside the 5-yard line for the senior Nick Brandewee. Brandewee had a long run before.
28-yarder to get him down into this spot. And another first down for Fort Loramie.
He's in the backfield. We'll see if they hand it off to him again. They do. He's hit by a lot of Redskins. Number 9, KJ Jacobs, one of the Redskins on the attack. And I think he lost a yard on that one. We'll go second and will be second and goal from the 4-yard line this time. Brandewee by Moore. Moore's got 2 rushing touchdowns. Takes it to Brandewee, and they shoot the gaps. Owen Layfeld, 16 on the tackle.
Back-to-back losses for yards, so good job by St. Henry's defense. Still work to do. It'll bring up 3rd and goal, Dave, but St. Henry's defense really looks gassed. Fort Loramie running through arm tackles. Just when you get tired, your fundamentals, if you will, go aside. You can't move as aggressively to get square on tackling position, and Fort Loramie's taking advantage of that, running through arm tackles. But 2 back-to-back plays here by St. Henry on this 6 consecutive plays. There's a whistle.
There's a flag on the play.
Motion.
Illegal procedure against the Redskins of Fort Loramie. So now back it up 5 yards.
So they're going backwards here.
Around the 10-yard line. Probably a definite passing situation here. I remember Colin Moore is a quarterback, but he is 6 foot 210. Pretty strong.
Pretty strong, yeah.
Only a junior and
had a good year last year. So again, when you return a quarterback, especially when they're good ones and have some good numbers from last year, it really helps your program.
Timeout by Fort Loramie. We'll step aside. You're watching high school football on NKTelco Sports.
In the Grand Lake Health System, great health care is about creating a personalized experience. We're here for you at every stage of your life, to care for you with compassion and courtesy, to support you with an honest approach that values communication and actively seeks your collaboration, to treat you in a safe, welcoming environment where quality and service always come first, to create truly grand experiences. For more, visit grandlakehealth.org/grandexperience.
American Trim's story started in 1951, and our long family legacy continues today. We are a third-generation family-owned business with locations in Sydney and Walpock, and we're hiring for manufacturing positions on first, second, and third shifts. Part-time and full-time positions are available for entry-level and skilled individuals. Please apply at www.amtrim.com or in person. American Trim is a proud sponsor of high school sports and our communities. Come be part of our story.
Welcome back to NKTelco Sports, brought to you by Grand Lake Health. Timeout by Fort Loramie. You have Kaiser and Barhorse top of the screen. It's Coach Spencer Wells trying to get the, and there is again motion on the play. It'll be offsides this time, so the 5 yards of St. Henry gain will be put right back, and now it's at the 5-yard line. So that at the 5 yards a lot different at 3rd yard. Actually, it's at the 6. It's a lot different play call because this is 4-down territory here. You can run a lot more than at the 11-yard line. So Kaiser on the right side. Moore will throw it across the middle. Touchdown. Nick Brandewee, 6-yard touchdown pass from Colin Moore for the Fort Loramie touchdown.
Again, nice job by the Redskins here. We'll take a look at Nick Brandewee, number 4. Come right out of the backfield. No one picked him up. Good job there by Moore and good route by Brandewee.
3rd touchdown, or check that. 2nd touchdown pass of the night by Colin Moore to go along with his 2 rushing touchdowns. Kick is up, and it is good. 8:09 to go here in the ball game. We're going to have a running clock. Fort Loramie leads 42-7. We'll be right back on NKTelco Sports.
Schwiedemann Pharmacies began serving the people of Auglaize County in 1916 when Urban Schwiedemann purchased the building and business from J.H. Hoffman. The New Bremen location is one of the longest-running pharmacies in the country, with over 110 years of serving its patrons. Since then, 4 more stores have been added: Coldwater, St. Mary's, Minster, and Wapakoneta to round out the group. Our services include prescription refills, home medical equipment, nursing home services, customized compounded medication, vaccinations, and so much more.
Plygem Residential Solutions is part of Cornerstone Building Brands, North America's largest manufacturer of exterior building products, and the success of our company is directly related to the contributions of our employees. We are currently looking for machine operators, maintenance technicians, forklift operators, and more to join our growing team at our facility in Sydney, Ohio. Plygem offers competitive pay, a full benefits package, as well as opportunities for bonus pay and long-term advancement. Become a part of our strong foundation.
Welcome back to NKTelco Sports, brought to you by Grand Lake Health. 4 possessions for Fort Loramie here in the second half, and all touchdowns.
Yeah, what more could you ask for from your offense? And they've taken advantage, and their defense has played well. They've caused 2 punts and created 2 interceptions, so been lights out on both sides of the football, if you will, for the Fort Loramie Redskins tonight.
Casey Breening brings it to the 38-yard line for St. Henry. But down 42-7, we'll have a running clock. Once it gets past 30 points, it will run. So as soon as they set the ball, they will start the clock. They will not stop it for anything, I think, except injury or timeouts is about the only thing they do.
Is that the 3rd year now we've had this in high school?
Sounds right. That sounds right. Overall, I think it's been a pretty popular rule on both ends of this, you know.
It eliminates some of those big run-up scores. You know, if you're the team on top, how do you call the dogs off on your guys that are trying to play the 2nd, 3rd strings? And this way, it just shortens the game down. And yeah, I don't know. I like it.
Yeah, it doesn't give some of the underclassmen a chance to get in on a varsity game, but they have JV tomorrow generally, so that's what you're doing. And if you're down by a lot, it gets the game over with. Get on the bus and get home. St. Henry played a solid first half, and I'm not saying I think Fort Loramie just took over in the second half. Mark Seger had a couple interceptions. He also caught a touchdown pass in the second half to lead Fort Loramie. Jacobs again on the carry. Hey, other than a play here and there, the Fort Loramie defensive line has gotten the better of the St. Henry offensive line.
They have. I mean, there's 2 big plays that St. Henry's had, passing plays, both for 40 yards. And other than that, maybe there's just not been any major rushing yards. I think the biggest rush yard they had was 17, and that was right before half by Jacobs late in the first half. Other than that, it's been total domination by the Fort Loramie defense.
Braden Deal not going anywhere, the fullback, and this will bring 4th down. I'm curious if St. Henry will just go for it here on a 4th and 3. Not really anything to lose here. Again, a very young St. Henry team. They'll travel up to Stadium Park in Delphus next week to start their MAC schedule. Fort Loramie plays Miami East next week. And they play Covington the following week. So big games in the CCC for Fort Loramie. Pitch to Jacobs. Round right side, he will be stopped. Fort Loramie defense led there by number 44, Taryn Fleckenstein, on the stop. And St. Henry will turn it over on downs for Fort Loramie.
So they stop it also on change of possession. This is the clock stop now, David, 5:13. Once it's set, though, that'll start. And then
see if there's some new Redskins, Fort Loramie Redskins out there. It's a chance for Coach Wells. Won 12-2 in his first season. Lost the first game to Minster. Won 12 in a row. Knocked off Crestview in the regional finals.
That was a big win at Lima Stadium. That was 2 years in a row. Crestview had their season end on that same field. The year prior was to Minster Wildcats. Last year, the Fort Loramie Redskins, it didn't start out well for them, but they came on and hung in there and then exploded and blew the game open on some big plays and dominated a very good Crestview team. And then again, the Macomb loss in the state Final Four, and Macomb goes on to win Division 7 championship.
Caleb Maurer, the quarterback, handed that off, trying to get a number. See some of these younger Fort Loramie Redskins in the game. So try to get a number for you. So 32 in the backfield is Darren Ireland. 17-year carrier Nick Barhorst, a junior, on the jet sweep. Got a few yards for Nick Barhorst. Always like to give these guys some publicity. They work just as hard in practice as everybody else. It's their chance under the bright lights on Friday night. Bringing in the play, number 81, Logan Ireland. The backfield is Darren Ireland and Caleb Maurer. Ireland's a running back to the right of Maurer. Maurer will get the shotgun snap, and he will pass it. Caught at the 40-yard line. Get a number 12. That'll be Lucas Putoff, another junior on the reception. So completion, Maurer to Putoff for Fort Loramie, and we're coming up on 3 minutes to go. Maurer, just a freshman quarterback. Pretty nice size, 6 foot 155.
And not as much weight, if you will, as what Moore has, but size-wise, both of the quarterbacks 6 feet tall.
Maurer scrambling down the right side. Nice gain as the freshman picks up the first down.
Nice little speed burst around the corner. Took it from the 40. Watch him here on the replay. Just gets a nice turn right there and all the way down, really untouched, right down to the 29 or the 31-yard line.
Number 5, Owen Plyman into the game for Fort Loramie. Maurer will take the snap. He'll run it around left side. Another nice gain for the freshman Maurer. And Fort Loramie's just running their offense now. They're not trying to run up the score, but they're trying to give the freshmen some experience of running the full offense.
Yeah, that's one of those tough spots. You want your kids, those kids don't want to go in there and take a knee. They want to play, and you line up. You don't really do anything tricky. Just run straight ahead and basically force the other team to tackle you. Nothing special about it. Just good play right now by the Redskins, even in the support players doing a nice job.
Maurer again. Around the right side, knocked out of bounds. That will not stop the clock. But there is a holding against Fort Loramie. That'll bring it back 10 yards. Fort Loramie will go to 1-1 on the season. Yeah, I expect some Fort Loramie flex their muscle tonight. A lot of good players off of. They graduated some good players, yes, but a core of the team is back, and it's going to be a lot of success this year for the Fort Loramie Redskins.
I think, if they did so well last year, I mean, the expectations are right there again to compete and probably win the CCC conference and hope to play Week 11 football.
Hand off to number 32, Darren Ireland, freshman running back, 6 foot 160. Nice gain of about 5. So these are the players the freshmen are be taking over in a couple years. So some good experience here. At some point, I'm sure they'll take a knee and just call it a night. Very successful night for the Fort Loramie Redskins as Maurer in the shotgun. Behind him is Ireland. So he's running, taking it all the way down to the play clock to the very end. And he will take a knee. And he'll probably just have to take about maybe one more knee, and that will do it. Fort Loramie Redskins score 7 in the first quarter, 6 in the second quarter, 22 in the third quarter, and 7 in the fourth quarter for your 42 points as they'll defeat the St. Henry Redskins 42-7 on our First National Bank scoreboard. After this knee, we will come back. We'll take a break and we'll come back with our stats and we'll name our player of the game. Congratulations to the Fort Loramie Redskins on the victory tonight. Fort Loramie goes to 1-1 on the season. St. Henry falls to 0-2. We'll be back to wrap it up on NKTelco Sports.
CarriageWorks has expanded and now can hold up to 25 cars in our service bay. CarriageWorks thrives on customer satisfaction. We accomplish that by providing top-of-the-line technology. CarriageWorks now uses a laser beam system to measure down to the millimeter of factory specs to better service you and get you back on the road. CarriageWorks has a brand new top-of-the-line paint booth that uses waterborne paint. There's no job too big or too small for CarriageWorks. We're certified collision specialists. Come in and see us today.
For over 150 years, Cargill has been helping people be successful worldwide. Cargill has always done business responsibly and in a way that makes us proud. Whether it is educating farmers in India or providing bikes to students with perfect attendance right here at home, Cargill is helping people thrive. The Sydney plant is just one piece of a global company that provides employment for hundreds of thousands, food for the world, and support for thousands of businesses. Be a part of something great at Cargill.com.
Kogi Plumbing and Heating is your Bryant Factory authorized dealer. We have brought the best of comfort, control, and plumbing services to the St. Mary's area for over 60 years. We have been Reader's Choice winners for the last 4 years running and excel at providing our customers with efficient and reliable heating and air conditioning, as well as responsive service when a plumbing emergency arises. We insist that the products we install in our customers' homes and businesses offer the same performance and value that we expect ourselves. Call today for your next plumbing and heating or air conditioning needs. Bryant, whatever it takes.
Welcome back to NKTelco Sports presented by Grand Lake. We're at Fort Loramie as the hometown Fort Loramie Redskins defeat the St. Henry Redskins. Final score on the First National Bank scoreboard, 42-7. With the numbers here, Mr. Jeff Henshin.
Well, the Fort Loramie Redskins win the battle tonight. As you mentioned, the score there should be 42-7, but they dominate the total yards, 395 total yards, 297, almost 300 of them coming on the ground. Big, strong ground performance tonight. The defense giving up just 138 yards of offense to St. Henry. First downs dominated by the Redskins of Fort Loramie, 16-4. In the turnover battle tonight, Fort Loramie, who committed 4 last week, only 1 tonight. And St. Henry, though, 4 in week 1, 4 again in week 2. And just total domination, especially the second half for the Fort Loramie Redskins.
Fort Loramie goes to 1-1 on this season, while St. Henry falls to 0-2. Fort Loramie will play Miami East next week, where St. Henry will travel to Delphos St. John. And really, it was a pretty close first half. It was 13-7, and Fort Loramie took control in the second half. A big part of that taking control was our player of the game, Mr. Mark Sager.
He came up with 2 defensive interceptions in the third quarter and also got a touchdown catch. So he was on both sides of the ball, very well played, and part of that good defensive unit that really stymied the St. Henry Redskins. Congratulations to the senior, number 15, Mark Sager.
Also some other Fort Loramie players with some good games. Quarterback Colin Moore had 2 rushing touchdowns, 2 passing touchdowns. Sophomore Damien Mesher had 2 TD rushes as well. So a lot of things to go around. Tough night for St. Henry, but Fort Loramie really built from, well, they played a solid game against Minster last week, and they just really, there's going to be a lot of success, a lot of wins ahead. Of course, they got Miami East and Covington, some tough games. They got a lot of work to do in the couple weeks ahead.
Yeah, I'm sure they will always find something. The passing game wasn't real crisp tonight for Fort Loramie, but they survived. The ground game came alive, and a number of players helped that rushing performance, if you will. So they've got a lot of weapons there from the offensive standpoint on rushing the ball. Probably like to clean up the passing game a little bit, get some more through the air. But other than that, defense played well and played pretty well last week against Minster as well, but really dominated tonight against St. Henry.
Final score on our First National Bank scoreboard, Fort Loramie 42, St. Henry 7. I'd like to thank our cameramen, John Schwierdeman, Kurt Kuffner, and Jeremy Birch. Our director, Ian Bolheimer, assisted by Patrick Toller. For my partner, Jeff Henshin, I'm Dave Kanapke. Thanks for watching on NKTelco Sports.
New Knoxville Supply Company.